Hello everyone and welcome to Millennia, which is kind of similar to Civilization, if you're familiar with that series, and hopefully you are because I'm playing on the channel at the moment, but I thought we could try out this, which is a Paradox published game. This is of course just the demo, as you can see there by the title, but it's very similar kind of style of things to Civ 6. So if you're familiar with Civ 6, or even Civ 5, this should be fairly familiar. What we're going to do, we're going to go for a random nation, random starting bonus, and we're going to see who we get, because I think it's more interesting this way. So in this demo we get, I think, 60 turns to play, and the essence of it is that you go through a whole bunch of different eras. But a lot more, or kind of ages, a lot more than you do in Civ. You've got kind of the Age of Bronze, the Age of Iron, but I think things can change off to one side depending on any events that happen. So you can go into like Age of Heroes if you do like really great things, or you can go into Age of Death or Murder, I can't quite remember what it's called, if you end up playing kind of a really methodically aggressive army game. So who are we actually playing as? We are playing as Russia, right? So here at Suzdal, and so here we go. It's 10,000 BCE, and it's turn 1. We've got a lot of things to do. So we need to choose a research, and a little bit different to Civ 6, there's only 5 different things you can research. But this is the Age of Stone. Mankind is still pretty, they're not very advanced yet. So we need to think about what we want to go for. We do have some fishes here, some tuna, which could be a real big boost to our food. So I need to work out what I need to do to get that. I don't know if it's farming. Food stockpile, plantation, farm. I don't need the farm. Workers, however, might be important. Clay pit improves output of levy workers, 8+ improvement points. We will need improvement points for sure. But I'm going to start off with tribal elders. That unlocks the council. A little bit of a weird one to start off with because there's only one kind of benefit, but in the long run I think it'd be worthwhile. I'm also going to go to Suzdal, make sure we're working the right tile. So right now we're working on 1 food, 1 production. It's going to take us 8 turns to grow. I want that to grow a little bit quicker. So I'm going to go to the grassland here where it's 2 food, which means we'll grow in 4 turns. We also have 2 separate armies, 2 warbands, so we need to kind of start exploring, but we can't go into the woodlands because we haven't researched the relevant tech to do so yet, and we can't make it down that way, I'm guessing, any further. So no, we'll head back to Suzdal, and next time we can move on. Culture works a little bit differently as well to something like Civ. It's kind of a reoccurring thing that you get once you get to 8 culture. You can then choose another cultural thing from there. And in terms of what we want to build, I don't think we need scout cavalry or warband at the moment. We could go for a dolmen just to get us expanding a little bit quicker. Palisade walls, but I'm not sure they're needed just yet. I think let's go for the town centre to get some additional government XP. One of the many currencies in this game. So we'll end the turn, and we'll see who else we end up meeting. Currently each turn is about 250 years, but that will change quite a bit, I believe. So let's keep moving our warband forward. Found some nice grapes up here. Grapes are pretty good for food and also wealth, which will be more important in the next age, so it's well worth trying to pick this up if we can. Got some sheep here and a swamp, some grassland. Again, some more wealth, some more food. Could be pretty useful in the future. And now we're at 9,500 BCE. Currently, there's only kind of 1 XP that's really worthwhile for us, but that will change over time. Currently, there's government XP, which when you get to 30 XP, we can get another settler down, which would be useful. Or we go into this tribal government tree, so I can go for tribal farming, which increases food. I can raise a tribal army, which creates a warband, and some other such things that we'll get into later down the line. But for now, as with most of these kind of games, we're just going to start exploring, see what we find. But eventually we'll find someone who's not so friendly, I would imagine. But for the time being, we seem to be quite isolated over here. But we might want to think about getting scouting, because it means that it means that we'll be able to go through trees. And if someone else scouts and comes through the forest first, we might have problems. For now though, I'm going to go for tribal farming to get myself an extra food per turn in our capital. and that will help us just grow that even bit quicker. Excellent. We might want to think about additional production going forward. Like I said, if you've played Civ or something similar to Civ, this should all feel very familiar. It's all in kind of hexes. There's food, there's production, there's certain buildings you can make. And we have found Japan. Interesting. Not all too far away. That's very interesting indeed. Okay, end the turn. And we've met another nation. Though our people have little interest in the world beyond our borders, we formally greet you. So yes, Japan are isolationists, so they're not keen to really get to know us that well. Which I suppose is somewhat how some bits of Japan were back in the day, kind of during the time of the samurai, I believe. So we were attacked by barbarians down here. We get to watch this adorable little animation, but in essence, I think we end up winning. If we just skip to the end. Yeah, we did a little bit better than the barbarians, so that's okay. We're ahead. But we probably want to keep attacking them. It's still going to be a draw, most likely, but we'll give it a go. There we go. So, definitely taking some damage there, but that's okay. And we've got some cultural power now. So we can raise an army, which would spawn a couple of warbands, which is okay, but I'm not sure it's entirely needed just at the moment. We can create a town. So that increases the region's level, generates wealth per adjacent improvement, and generates influence to speed expansion into nearby territories, improves defences, etc, etc. Or we can go for, we can go for local reforms, which boost regional efficiency, so everyone gets a little bit more. But no, we'll create a town, and it's going to be by some other improvements, so we unfortunately can't put it there. We'll put it here by the sea. Yeah, we'll put it here, and we get Mangazea. Interesting. But that won't do much just yet, but over time it will start to help us out a little bit with our wealth and other such things. Right, we'll come out here. I think we would have survived that just about, but it would have come at a little bit of a cost for sure. But now we can cross the river and kind of explore what's down here in this part of the world. And our population has grown. Excellent. Currently, we've got one on the forest, so one food, one production, and one on the grassland. I do want to get the fishing up and running, but I'm not sure we can do that until the next age. So for now, we will just carry on. Seeing as okay, so there's some flax over there. We probably want to get a second city down there if we can, but it's going to take us a little while to go towards one of those. Who have we found here? Some more barbarians. Lots of barbarians in this. Now, we could raise a tribal army for another 6 government domain power, but I'm not sure it's the best thing that we could do. I think we're better off saving up for something else. We do also have the ability to put down stuff like a dock, fishing boats, which would be very nice. But we just need to save up another 6 improvement points to be able to do so. But the research is complete. So that means we can now get a council building down, which should help with our knowledge, basically increasing the speed of research. Now, do we want to go for stuff like farming, so we can get plantations, food, farms? It's probably not a bad idea. Yeah, we'll go for farming next. That's not a problem. And let's... Okay, we have seen this. That's not a problem. Do we want to attack again? Not particularly, actually. I don't think it's really in our best interest. I'd like to just kind of keep looking. We might even be able to draw these 2 armies back together again. I'll have to see. Depending. Oh, that's a barbarian camp. That's not someone we are able to take on at the moment, especially with our very, very damaged army. We do have a few warfare points, but not enough to really focus on anything for the time being. It looks like Japan took out that thing for us. They've got a scout cavalry down, which is good. And I think this is a city-state. The city-state of Byzantium. City-states are interesting things to work with. We'll get into those a little bit later. We can eventually bring them into the empire, depending. It's kind of like another city. in the Empire, so we might well do that with Byzantium. But for the time being, there's not much we can do. How are we doing over here, by the way, in Suzdal? Still growing, still building. Another 2 turns for our town centre to be done. That does give us more government XP, which means we get closer to building another settler. That's important. Right, we've kind of explored the majority of our area. I mean, up there's going to kind of be Japan's domain. Oh, I'd like to get... That's a barbarian camp. That's not somewhere we want to go either. So they're right next to Byzantium. That's problematic for them, for sure. Okay. So farming's coming along. Culture, we're doing okay. It's also very beneficial to be the first person into the... Oh no, this is the correct, sorry. This is not the camp I thought it was. So, the village is holding an auction to sell and trade its people's wares, sometimes to locals, so we can either get 50 wealth or buy their supplies to bring back home. So 5+ production on Suzdal, which we're absolutely going to do. Because that's a nice big boost to our production. So that means the building should be done almost momentarily. And then you guys, I want you to get up there, if entirely possible. Oh no. No, I'm getting myself confused. There's barbarian camps and there's local villages. And I need to remember the difference. Oh, but our warband there has been eliminated, unfortunately. And there's a lot of warbands out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to essentially run home. Because it's not going very well. So now that we've built our town centre, we should be getting government XP a little bit faster. Warband will come out in 2, which would be pretty nice. Dolmen wouldn't be bad. But I'm going to go for a council just to increase our kind of knowledge going forward. Now, we could still raise another tribal army, but it's not the best use, I think, of our... I don't think it's the best use of our government XP. So we're going to just keep pushing forwards with trying to get this government sorted. And we can now actually go for something like community projects to give us an additional improvement point. But again, I don't think that's worthwhile. But we get farming down, which is good. Food stockpile, food improvement, and plantations. And I think we will go for defences to be able to spawn some archers, unlock some archers, and then we can start moving towards the Age of Bronze. We can always come back for these other techs, but of course by doing that it means that we slow ourselves down in the next stage, and there's a real benefit to going first into the next age as far as I'm aware. So we're into 7250 BCE. You're going to come back over here, and oh hello, you're barbarians. We're going to bring this warband back home. We're going to grow again in 1 turn, which would be excellent. So it's on the turn. They're not necessarily attacking us just yet, but we're going to have to be somewhat aware of these things, because they will be better than us. Now, I just want to make sure that my population is actually working on a sensible area. Small farmland. It does mean it's going to be like 11 turns for us to get this sorted, but that's okay. But first, we can now get some fishing boats down on this tuna, and that's going to do excellently for us, because that's now 5 food per turn. So I'm just going to make sure that we're working on that. Yeah, fishing boats, there we go. So 5 food. We could even... I don't know if we can double that up. I'm guessing we can't. So we'll take one of you off there, but one of you on here. Now, one of you is already working on there, that's fine. Do we want one on production as well? I think we want one on production. There, that works. So 1 on the grassland, 1 on the woodland, and 1 on the fish, because the fish allows us to grow incredibly quickly, which would be useful. Agricultural power is ready. I can create a town, but I can only do 1 of that per city. I can boost resources, but I'm just going to raise an army here just to ensure that these chaps bugger off. We're friends at the moment. Not friends, I should say, but we're okay at the moment, but I want to ensure that we stay on top of any issues. Yeah, of course they're coming in here to attack, but thankfully we had a nice big army, so we won that no problem at all, because we have 2 units combined here. Much better. Look at that. A nice easy win. Barbarian tribe attacks Russia, but I don't think they're going to win, and they haven't won. And what we can actually do is merge all of these guys together into one big massive army, one kind of conglomerate. So unlike Civ 6, where it's locked behind tech to get cores and then armies, you can do this pretty much straight away. It's going to take us a little bit while before we can get some more improvements down, so we might want to think about that. But I'm trying to save up for a settler at the moment. Could go for something like All History or Community Projects. That will give us the improvements that we need. But I'm not sure it's the right thing to do at the moment. So we'll just end the turn. And we're into 6,500 BCE. Okay, we've got a nice big army here. I'm tempted to kind of go head up towards this area we haven't really seen much of yet, and see if we can take any land for ourselves there. So it looks like Japan is going to be the first one up to the next era, annoyingly, as well as the Aztecs and France are behind. So we can now get archers down, we can get additional defenders at the capital, and some additional warfare XP. Excellent. And we're going to go for Age of Bronze to keep going upwards. But we're a little bit behind the trend, we're not going to be the first one up there. Japan will be first, followed by Aztecs, followed by France. We're going to be a little bit behind the trend, annoyingly. But the main thing is we get up to the next stage as soon as possible, really. We do also have an idle archer unit. We'll send them over here. And we've got 30 government XP. We're going to spawn a settler here, and we're going to go settle. Probably. Well, there's not many great spots, to be honest, now that Japan's here and Byzantium's there. So we can probably make a settler work somewhere down this way. Yeah, I think we can make that work. Although the grapes would be nice. I don't know if we need to actually build it by water. I presume we do. It's not overly clear though. Okay, end the turn. Do we want to try settle over here? I mean, the desert's not going to be wonderful. The grapes would be useful, but not perfect. I could settle here. Be pretty close to my other territory, to be honest. Let's move these archers back to protect against these barbarians. Age of Bronze. Oh, the Aztecs looks like they're actually pushing ahead, which is interesting. So the Age of Bronze may become the future in 5 turns' time. And we're in the turn. Ooh. Okay, with some barbarians there, I'm tempted just to settle in the spot. So we've settled St. Petersburg. Now, St. Petersburg is actually a vassal. It's not our own city just yet. So they pay us a little bit of money, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of improvement, and culture per turn. Of course, that will improve as time goes on. But we can also integrate them in time as well. We're going to have to bring this army back just to deal with these barbarians that are causing us issues at the moment. In fact, we'll just come over here and fight them. Hopefully that was the correct thing to do, probably not. Let's just head to the end there. Seems like we did okay. So that will help us push forward a little bit, but we do need to probably work on some improvements going forward. Because right now they're sieging St. Petersburg and we don't want that to happen. But they have also just destroyed... Yeah. Our city militia managed to destroy them, but it came at a cost. Okay, that's fine. Seems like we lost the archers. So we're going to send these barbarians down here to try cut these guys off. And now it looks like France is ahead of us. So actually we're only currently beating Zulu to the Age of Bronze. So it's not perfect by any means. I'm going to save out another 5 government points to get some more improvement points down, because I think that's important. Warfare doesn't do that much yet, it just spawns in some troops, but I'm not sure it's entirely needed at the moment. We'll just leave these guys here. We're going to put them on guard just to heal up. You guys can go on guard as well, and the region is idle. So we go for a food stockpile. That gives us some food storage and some additional food. I'm not sure that's needed at the moment. I could go for a dolmen. Got the council up and running. I could levy workers, so that generates some more improvement points, but not really enough. Let's go for some palisade walls. I feel like there's a few barbarians coming in. We want to probably be nice and protected against them as best possible. Okay, who's still winning? France is now ahead of the Aztecs. It looks like France, Aztecs and Japan are kind of the main three contenders. We're somewhat in the middle of the engagement at the moment. Our barbarians have won here, which is excellent. Against the barbarian. Well, we've won against the barbarians, I should say. Okay, we're up to turn 20, so about a third of the way through this demo so far. And so far we're doing okay. We're still growing fairly quickly. We're doing okay for now. Let's keep going. Up to 5,000 BCE, so in 20 turns, 5,000 years have passed. And you can see our research and our culture is starting to go a little bit higher than it was before, which is good. And, okay, good. Our tribal government means we can now get community projects to get our improvements down. So next term we should be able to get some improvements down much quicker, and we can go for some forestry stuff to hopefully improve our production going forwards. This army can actually, it can't join up with them, so it's just going to sit on guard in St. Petersburg until it can't do anything else. Okay, let's move this army forward, see what else we find. That's a tribal camp. We'll want to go there next turn. We might be able to get some bonus points there. And we could maybe think about coming down and settling down here as well. So I might send my archers down on a little bit of an excursion to see if there's an okay spot there for us. And we're into the next stage. Who was the first to get there? Greece. Greece was the first to make it to the Age of Bronze. So, in the Age of Bronze, there's new national spirits unlocked, vassals integrate 2 times faster during the Age of Bronze, barbarian warlords may appear, innovation and chaos events may appear, and trade and diplomatic envoys are available. Wonderful. So, we are also in the Age of Bronze, but we weren't the first to make it to the Age of Bronze, unfortunately. But so be it. We might be able to still get a decent national spirit or national focus. I can't quite remember what it's called. We are going to put down... We can put down a dock for some additional wealth. Or we go for a forester. Forester we can put here, and I think we'll do so. That's going to improve our production going forward, because I think our production was getting a little bit low. Which is good. So... these archers are going to continue their route down here, because we might find another space we can go. I don't think we need another tribal army at the moment, so that's okay. But we'll go over here to this little tribal camp, and we'll see what we can find. So, you found a small camp of nomads. They explain their leader is very wise, and we need to share her knowledge with you. You can either listen to the government's or the leader's advice to get government to XP, or demand they bend the knee to your rule. No, let's go for the government XP. Government XP is useful. We've also found a landmark, but to do that we need to discover it with a scout. Or we can use an explorer to run an expedition here, which can earn large rewards, has a chance of failure and requires a few turns to complete. We actually don't have the ability to scout yet because we haven't unlocked the scouting tech. This is where the decision making comes in. But first, I think we're going to make it to the Age of Bronze. Hallelujah. So, new domains available, diplomacy and engineering, National spirit unlocked. A new system of trade. Let's enter the age. And there's going to be a few new things we need to do. So, we need to choose a national spirit. And this will be something that only we can choose. So some of these will have already gone. Because the people that were there first, Greece, Japan, France, they would have chosen it before us. But we might beat the United States and some other places. So we need to have a look at what we might think is best. We can go for ancient seafarers, so the pioneers in building, sailing and hunting on boats. Naturalists leverage the terrain to gain bonuses to their unit spores and resources. Wild hunters. We can go for raiders and warriors. I'm not sure either of those are really our ones that we need to focus on, to be honest. Olympians, a nation of athletic units, they host the Olympic Games and they show diplomacy and competition. Each hosted game returns a wide variety of rewards based on how many allied nations compete. That sounds fun. We'd also go for mound builders that can use unique improvements to support high population regions. Or the God King Dynasty. It erects grand monuments in honour of the nation's ruler. Whilst the stonework costs them far less to work and build with stone. We don't really have any stone. We can go for Olympians just because that sounds fun. So we can host the Olympic Games to gain a variety of XP rewards. And also stuff like hippodromes, so we get movement, spawn envoys. Okay, that works in our favour, hopefully. There's not much... Yeah, we'll select this one. Not that we can do anything just yet, but we're not going to be far off. So we're starting off our kind of diplomacy things. And I think these warriors have gone far enough. They can come back towards St. Petersburg now. St. Petersburg we can integrate in, or start the integration at 4 turns from now. You guys are just going to go on guard. And we need to research new technology. Now, in the Age of Bronze, there's going to be a few more. Belief, community, discipline, officials, mining, and shipbuilding. So we could go for stuff like envoys, so we can do some more cultural stuff, get a market down. Community would be spending wealth to rush building and unit production, which wouldn't be a bad thing. As well as getting stuff like mills, saw pits, cranes. Belief would do cultural stuff. I'm going to go for officials, because there's Byzantium nearby. I'd quite like him to I'd quite like to be able to get Byzantium into the Empire if entirely possible. Now, I don't think I want to settle another city at the moment, so we're going to take some additional knowledge, just so we can keep on researching nice and quickly. I think that's important. Okay, barbarians are fighting our archers, but we were okay, not a problem. But we will move the archers back to St. Petersburg. If they survived, which they may not have done. I know they did, good. So you guys head back towards St. Petersburg. And we've got cultural power. But now there's a few more things we can do, because we're at a slightly higher stage. So, I can create a town. I can local reforms. I can absorb an outpost. Converts an outpost bordering a region into a level 2 town. All of its territory is also claimed by the region. I can Eureka to immediately gain knowledge. Advance the currently researched technology. And it's less effective each time it's used in a single age. So don't use it all too much. Raise army. Or terminate active wars. We're not at war. We don't actually have any outposts at the moment, so we can't really do that. I'll go for a Eureka just to boost up our tech. And now we have a lot more buildings we can go for. We can go for a work camp, which helps our production and our engineering XP. Encampment, which is going to be to do with military. Meeting hall, which is diplomacy. Dolmen. You know what, let's go for a meeting hall, because we're all about the diplomacy. Makes sense that we kind of go for something like that. Exploration, we're at 5. We need to be able to spawn a scout. But we haven't really done the scouting tech. So, for now, we'll end the turn. Let's see what happens next. Right, these warriors are going to keep moving down. We'll see if we can clear out our space down here for another place to live, potentially. But we'll see if we can get Byzantium on side with our diplomacy. That would be very useful indeed. So yes, we can integrate a vassal. we can spawn an envoy to vassalize minor nations like Byzantium, or we can spawn a merchant. Excellent. And there are a bunch more in further ages along, although not available just yet, and certainly not within this demo. Okay, next turn. These archers can stay where they are, that's not a problem. And these guys can keep moving down. Right, keep the army moving. We'll see what ends up down there. Tribal, we could get down another tribal army, but I'm not sure that's kind of what we want at the moment. We'll probably go for tribalism reformed, to go for some innovation and additional culture, which is not going to be bad at all. As at the moment, our research is doing significantly better than our culture overall. So, we are now done with our officials, so we can now build a market. We can bribe a barbarian army, we can claim territory, we can also ability to rush culture, and we can spawn an envoy at our homeland. Wonderful. So what do we want to work on next? Something like community, we can kind of work on money. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Let's go for community, that's fine. And we have an envoy here. So who do we want to send this to? We'll send him to Byzantium. We'll send him over to Byzantium, see what he can do. If anything, I want to host these Olympics. Just because it sounds inherently fun to do. And also gives us a bunch of XP rewards. Although we've only actually met Japan so far, so it might not be the... Thinking back on it now, it might not be the best. Might not be the best plan for us to have done. We'll have to see. So, end the turn. I don't think those barbarians will stand a chance against us. So, we can now host the Olympic Games. We're going to give it a go. But first, let's get these barbarians moving forward. Can even go for this barbarian camp and try to clear it out, which shouldn't be the worst thing in the world to do. So, let's get this envoy moving. Can continue move, can guard. If we go to Byzantium, is there stuff we can do here? Oh, there are some barbarians around. Which we don't want that to cause any issues for sure. So he's going to have to head back to St. Petersburg for now. Maybe we send him up to Japan instead. And that is a barbarian warlord. That's not going to be something we can really deal with at the moment. Unless we get this army back. But I want to try to get this encampment first. Something tells me it's going to be a lot more difficult than I perhaps first anticipated. But the walls are coming down now. But the two barbarian defenders might prove troublesome. The archers are just going to have to stay on guard here. Warfare, we can spawn some volunteers. So we'll do that just to get additional troops here in St. Petersburg. They can join as a kind of conglomerated army. To hopefully deal with this chap coming in. So for now, just go on guard. He may well come in for St. Petersburg. It looks like he is coming in for St. Petersburg. And he's been destroyed. Excellent. Right, St. Petersburg, I would love to integrate, but we need 4 more government XP. So we could go for tribalism reform, or we could try to get St. Petersburg in, which would be a lot better, I would say. We can also do some improvements. Forester, fishing boats, we get a farm down, a dock down, would be a bad thing at all. We do have some ships here, so let's actually go for that. We'll go for a dock. We'll go for a dock there. And we have our first boat. Wonderful. It's going to take us a long time to grow, though. About 14 turns. It's a long way away. But we're doing okay. We're probably more focused on growth than we are on production at the moment. But the meeting hall will be done momentarily. Should be good. You guys can we can head out towards here. Can we do anything this turn? No, we need to head to the regional capital. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. You guys keep pushing into this barbarian encampment if you would, please. Okay, if we skip forward, that's the walls down, which is good. And the majority of the army destroyed as well. So next time we should be able to destroy that camp, claim the rewards, and clear out this area from a potential another settler. Now I'm guessing our boat's going to only stay on the coast, as to be expected. So we're going to have to stick to the coast, see what we find. Now, how much is it to integrate St. Petersburg? We need one more government XP. How did the diplomacy go, by the way? I'm not sure. I can't remember the last time Oh, it's a cultural power. I see. So when we have got enough culture, so in 9 turns' time, we can host the Olympic Games. That'll be fun to do. Right, you guys keep heading towards the centre, please. Regional capital, regional capital. Okay, so next time we should be able to do that. They've got a lot of scrubland and grassland here, which is good for them. You guys can come back home and just heal up. And let's take out this encampment. They rebuild the walls, but not very much. So, the barbarians have left behind ingenious-looking couriers in their camp. We can sell them for scrap or get some innovation points, which I think we'll do. So, innovation accumulates each turn, filling the innovation meter. When the innovation meter is full, you have a great likelihood of receiving a positive innovation event at the start of your turn. So that should happen in about 10 turns time from now. Excellent. Being the first nation to enter the next age also generates 10 innovation. But sadly we weren't the first person there. Okay, so we can build some more units now. Or we can go for something like a market, a work camp to get some more production down. I think we'll go for a work camp. I think we're a little bit behind on our kind of production. Ooh, why are we growing so slowly? Could go for food. We'll actually go for a food stockpile instead to get that down. It's taking a little bit too long, I would say. But as soon as we can, we're going to get St. Petersburg into the Empire. So, integrate you. And now we have St. Petersburg, yay! Now let's just make sure they're working the correct tiles. For now, I just want you to focus on food. Just so you start growing nice and quickly. And in terms of buildings, what do we want to work on here? Just to get you growing a bit quicker, we'll also focus on some stockpile here. In fact, we could even just rush it. We've got enough money. Do we have enough money? No, we don't. So we'll get St. Petersburg building that. Yeah, we'll get them building the food stockpile. It's going to take them a little while to get going, but now we have 2 cities. Let's keep our boat exploring. Some nice farmland over here, actually. Including another barbarian camp. I wonder if we could send them around a really long way to get there. We might be able to. But let's keep exploring down this way, because if we're going to host the Olympic Games... Let's get this sorted. Also, why has our culture gone down? Our culture's gone down significantly. So from regions, I'm guessing maybe Petersburg has caused that to happen. We can now get the crane down, the saw pit, the kiln, the mill, and money! Additional money. So we need to still research 3 more techs to be able to unlock the next age. Mining, discipline, belief. I like something which works on culture, so I'm going to go for belief, because that's culture in general. And let us perform some negotiations. Don't know quite how long that takes, but we'll see. There's a lot of barbarians over here on this side of the map. There's also some tribal camps as well. Aha! Found another tribal camp. What are you going to give me? This village is holding an auction. I'm going to take the production to St. Petersburg. I don't think we need the wealth at the moment. That's going to make things a little bit quicker in terms of production at St. Petersburg, and that is important. I'm going to send these guys around here, if entirely possible, to maybe go around the top and fight this barbarian camp, although there are some barbarian warlords around. Which is not ideal, but we'll keep on exploring. This is a really nice spot for another town or city if we can. But it may not be possible. But let's keep exploring and see what else we find. Okay, we're still growing at an okay rate, which is not too bad. I'm just intrigued to see why our culture has fallen so much. It's very interesting. So, I can now improve relations, propose open borders, and gift them on coin. So they've got a little bit more power than I do, but I'm happy to try and improve relations. But I don't have enough diplomacy to do so. And demand coin. I've sent them a message. We'll see if they say yes or not. I'm guessing probably not. There's so much fish down here. That's going to be an excellent spot for a city. And we'll keep this army moving around, but we'll keep it quite close to Japan because we're kind of being quite rude to them at the moment. So we want to ensure that... No. The answer is no. Go away. So they're not going to be all too happy about us. We can declare a justified war. That sounds fun. Sure. Let's declare a justified war on Japan. And we'll bring our other army back, because we're going to need it. It's a little bit damaged. Okay, we will end the turn. We've met another nation, the Zulu. We have not truly met until we've met on the battlefield. So they are aggressive. We also met France. You'll just us with respect if you know what's good for you. Interesting. God, there's so many good bits of land up here. It looks like we can actually make it round. And we are now at war with Japan, which is probably a wrong thing to do, but hey ho, we've done it now. And you know what? Let's go for discipline. If we're going in all in for fighting, we're not going all in for fighting, but we're going in for fighting. Let's go for that. Okay, over here, let's go see if we can do some annoying things to Japan. I'll buff this guy to a leader. And I'll end the turn. And we'll get these other guys coming back as well. And for now, you can just guard. And Suzdao is now idle. I want to focus on some more cultural things, as well as probably some other stuff as well. Work camps, that's production engineering. Temple should give us some cultural knowledge. Sounds pretty useful. And we can also probably build some more stuff, which we should have done a long time ago. Is it a farm? No, it's going to be a pasture down for the... Yeah, it's going to be pasture down for the cows, isn't it? Put that down on the cows. So that's leather, meat, that's wealth and food. Excellent. And we still have our navy, which is good. I'll be intrigued to see if anyone gets up to the final age before the end of the demo. Now, cultural. Still taking us a little while before we can get that wonderful Olympic Games down. And then we were trying to be diplomatic and then decided just to declare war on Japan because why not? So, let's see how this goes against the levies. I'm hoping we'll be okay. Actually kind of looks like the levies are doing better than us at the moment, to be honest. But we do have archers, which is pretty useful. But they're definitely beating us in the melee, for sure. But we're going to need our other troops to catch up. And who is idle now? This is now St. Petersburg. But you've got a long while to go. We can actually get out another archer. I think we will do that, actually. In fact, we can't rush it with money just yet. But we'll create another archers, because archers seem pretty useful. Spawn another setter down here, but it's going to take so long to clear out all those barbarians at the moment. Within the constraints of the demo, I'm not sure it's entirely worth it. So much fish. Useful fish. Right, let's keep on pushing into Miyoshi. So, the town has been destroyed. Surrounding region looted. Excellent. So we destroyed that land. We've pushed back Japan. Which probably wasn't for the best, but we've done it now. Let's get our other army moving forward. We'll head them towards St. Petersburg for now. In the turn. Oh, that's a big army. That's a real big army from Japan there. Our 4th army is taking a little bit of battering. Who have they got here? They've got archers. Oh, they've got who's that? That's a leader. No wonder he looks big and scary. Right, archers. You're going to pull back, and we'll send forward this army to try deal with him. We can rush the culture now, and I'm actually going to do that to get this underway, because I want to host the Olympic Games, because it just sounds fun. So, the Olympic event of Dolikos. Our runners provide a good show for the masses. So, we can get some diplomacy XP, or get a bunch of diplomacy, explosion, and warfare XP. Let's take the diplomacy XP. And that's going to be really useful because that's going to help us keep going up here. So we can spawn another envoy or we can unlock the hippodrome. Interesting. In fact, we can do a lot, to be honest, here. So we'll unlock the hippodrome, we'll go for climax. And you know what, let's take neutral ground as well. Let's just keep pushing in this Olympians tree. 40 turns for some more culture though. We're going to be a while before we can do that again. This envoy can now presumably no longer do anything in Japan, so I'm going to send him towards Byzantium in an effort to push forward there, and unfortunately someone's beat us to this kind of... I don't know if it's a natural wonder or just a special area, but that mysterious jungle is no longer within our control. Well, I mean, it wasn't ever, but even more so. Okay, this is problematic because there's still that army there plaguing Byzantium, which we're going to have to deal with one way or another. I'm also going to build some more housing in Suzdal. I'm just a little concerned about the housing situation there. And that should help us grow a little bit quicker as well. Let's keep our boats moving along. Aha, we found another boat. That is going to be the Zulu, I would imagine. So they're past Japan. So you're just going to have to heal up. But we'll push you guys forward. Oh, would we win that? Probably not. Let's just heal up for now. And let's see if they come attack us, which they probably will. Right, France has now declared hostilities. So combat is now allowed in neutral territory. I wonder how many battles we will need to win before you pay us. So France and me, not best buddies anymore, for sure. Government is now good, so we can get our tribalism reform down, so that's more culture, more innovation. Our culture was falling behind, we needed to do so. Warfare, we can also go for reinforcements, restore some of an army's health, or forced march to make people move quicker. I'm going to use reinforcements to reinforce this army, so we can take out that army there. Exploration, we're going to spawn a scout. And in tribal, we'll take another warband as well. So we've kind of fully maxed out the warbands at the moment, which is good. You guys join together, and so we've now got a scout cavalry, an archer, and an envoy there. So that's a pretty good army as well. We'll get these guys moving forward. And oh, they found the Great Barrier Reef. Look at that. Great Barrier Reef's going to be a good one. So we've unlocked discipline, which is good. So spears, chariots, reinforcements, forced march, and increases maximum army size. Wonderful. Given we seem to be going for ships a bit, let's go for... Yes, allows you to transport units on shallow water. Because I'd like to be able to put down a city down over there, over here if entirely possible. Could go around the trees, but it's a long way to go. And I want to see if I can get up to the next stage in time. Okay. You guys can just heal up. And you guys, we're going to fight in here against the leader and the army there. I think overall we should be okay. Yeah, so that leader's going to prove problematic for sure. But we should be able to take him out, especially if we bring these guys on as a secondary force. Also, I'd rather Envoy doesn't attack, but to see. But we'll just keep on attacking this barbarian leader. Not barbarian, sorry, Japanese leader. Because then if we... There we go, we've taken him out. Excellent. So the Blood Age crisis grows stronger as you kill non-barbarian units. If it reaches the maximum, you'll be forced to set the Blood Age as the future. 3 out of 6. That sounds fun, let's do that. I'm going to keep exploring with my boat. And what's going on here in St. Petersburg? Something's happened. Oh, it's under siege by... Who are you? Oh, you're a scout cavalry, that's fine, we can deal with you without too much issue. Take him out, lads. The Scout Cavalry will do well at attacking us, but I think we'll do better. Okay, end of turn, wonderful. And you guys, you're going to go into haggle if you can. Oh, that might be a mistake actually. There's actually a few more. There's some few more troops here than I was expecting. Maybe we go actually. Maybe we don't go into haggle just yet. This guy can take out that army there, wonderful. We're probably pretty close to a blood thing soon, but also we've eliminated innovation, wonderful. Okay, it's a growing likelihood, so it's not necessarily a guarantee, let's see. Warfare, I'm just going to get some reinforcements down here just to heal them up. And then we'll keep the boats moving along. Some jungle up there, and region idle, this time in St. Petersburg. Hippodrome sounds fun. Suppresses unrest suppression, gives us bonus culture. Now let's go for some walls there if we're fighting. If we're fighting the Japanese, let's go for some walls there. Okay, innovation, torchbearers. The people of Russia have created a new position with the Hippodrome of a torchbearer. This title can be held to any member of any nation participating in the games. So that gives me 2+ diplomacy XP in hippodromes, or 300 gold. We will take the diplomacy in hippodromes because I think we will build one of those fairly soon. Let's get you guys down, and I'm going to try to take out this scout cavalry if I can next turn. You guys can come over here just to lend a hand as well. And we'll keep our boats moving forward. We have about 15 turns left before the demo ends, so let's try and make best use of our time. Now we've just discovered someone. That's the Zulu in the dark purple. Interesting. Okay, end of the turn. They're going in for our archers. That's fine. Because we are going to go in for their scout cavalry. Hopefully this will actually go in our favour. Yeah, this should do pretty well actually. Excellent. That's going to have knackered them a little bit. You guys just heal up. Age of Heroes, it looks to me like the Age of Heroes will become the feature in one turn with the Zulu. I think that's very interesting. Our research is complete. So we can now do shipbuilding. So we're going to work towards... We could go towards Age of Blood. We need to kill a few more units. I'm just going to go for... We'll put a couple of turns into mining, because I want to see how the Age of Blood goes, because it just sounds fun, to be honest. You guys keep exploring. There's more barbarians around there as well. Okay, scouts pushing into St. Petersburg. And Zulu, I believe, is into the Age of Heroes. So at Age of Heroes, a hero unit spawns your homeland. Send heroes to explore new quest landmarks for unique rewards and veterancy levels. Gain veterancy levels on your heroes to complete more difficult quests. Complete 4 quests unlock the legendary Parthenon building. New governments unlocked. So we have got ourselves a hero, Daedalus, champion legend. I presume Japan will have also got one, but we're going to go kill him because it sounds fun. So you guys, we're going to go and fight if entirely possible. So we've got some archers, but we've also got our hero. And our hero here should be able to do some very good work indeed. I think our hero should be able to pretty much whack them all down. So I would love to have a... I want to try see this kind of Age of Crisis, or Crisis Age I should say. Right, we'll keep our boats moving upwards. It looks like the Zulu found some pretty good locations, to be honest. Are you guys going to push in here as well? Army destroyed. Does that now mean we can push towards... Okay, it seems like all we can do is go for the Age of Heroes. We can't go for anything else. That's unfortunate. Now, Japan. If you... Would you end the war? Oh, well, so we were the aggressor, I see. We can offer peace. But I want to offer peace with some stuff. But I guess not. We'll see if Japan accepts. We will have peace, but only when we are certain you will leave us alone. Fair. Can't really say I blame them. Right, let's go over here. And we'll push into Haggle. We'll also get our hero over here as well. Let's see if we want to build down like another pasture or something. Pasture we need a bit more of. So that's okay for now. Could get some more fishes down. More fishing boats down over here. Just to really improve our food. That's not a bad thing that we could be doing. Warfare, let's just reinforce one of these armies. This one here. Okay, we can't. I don't think we can do that in enemy territory. Diplomacy, we could spawn an envoy, but I'm not sure that's the best idea. We could raise a tribal army, which we'll do in St. Petersburg, and they can come join up with this army here, so we can keep on pushing into Japan to see if they will offer us better terms of surrender. But they have walls, which could be problematic. But we'll upgrade you to a spear, upgrade you to a spear. And we'll combine you guys into one massive army. And we're going to go and see if we can take out these tribal encampments over here. Okay, keep on exploring. Exploration, we can spawn another utility ship, or we can claim a territory. We'll spawn another utility ship, because we've explored north with our boats. Time to explore. Time to explore south with our boats. I think that's a good idea. Well, who's that? That's the Zulu going through, and Japan's pushing in. Right, push this navy moving down. There's unrest in St. Petersburg. And unrest in Suzdal as well. Why is there unrest? What's the problem? Why is there a problem here? What's the issue? Oh, there's war. That's probably not helping. Look, Japan, I'm happy to sue for peace. 1 turn until diplomatic action available. That's fine. I'll take you guys out because you're nice and easy to kill. Should be killed pretty much straight away. Oh, nearly. Nearly a kill straight away. And up here we found something else. I'm guessing possibly France, maybe? Here in Suzdal, we want to work on something which would help with our cultural... with our unrest issues. So we'll go for the Hippodrome. Although with 14 turns left, we're not actually going to see the end of that within this kind of mini campaign that we've been doing. Okay, 1940 BCE. Let's get this navy moving along. You guys can come and destroy this army because it's just fun to kill things. But we did lose a few troops there, for sure. You guys can keep moving. Hopefully the hero should be able to take out the... barbarian encampments with little issue. Also a lot of barbarians encroaching on Suzdal, which could prove problematic. So we'll have to draw our army back, I would say. I'm happy to go for peace now, Japan. Look, I'll offer peace. Message sent, they're probably going to say no. Yes, we found France, Bordeaux. Okay, we're working towards the Age of Heroes, but we're not going to be the first ones in there. But I'm guessing we might get a new national focus if we do so. Reinforcements. Any reinforcement we need to do? Let's reinforce this army here, given it's near Japan. Diplomacy, we can spawn an envoy, but I don't think that's particularly useful. At the moment, anyway. Government, we can raise a tribal army. I think that's fine for now. Let's just end the turn. There's a lot of barbarians there. Japan's still rejecting peace, unfortunately. But then again, I was the one who invaded them, so it's somewhat understandable they're somewhat reluctant to go sue for peace. And unfortunately, we can't get through there because there's an annoying bit of ocean in the way. So these guys have to come back. I guess maybe we just try to go siege Sapporo now. Right, ships keep moving. Just keep... Okay, Suzdal, a revolutionary attack has appeared nearby. That's fine, we can deal with that, I would say. In fact, we can just bribe these guys to bugger off, so we'll just do that. It's quite a useful thing by having... quite useful having diplomacy in that regard. Let's get these boats moving onwards. We're going to try push into Sapporo, if we can. I imagine it's going to be a little bit tougher than I maybe anticipated. There's a lot of levies here. Just skip to the end because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Oh yeah, we pretty much lost our entire army there. Right, lesson learned. Don't do that again. Raise another tribal army at this village here, and these guys will come push back around. And the boats will keep pushing. With 5 turns left, we should just make it into the final age of the demo, which will be wonderful. Right, you guys go here, and then just guard yourselves ready. And just a second, we should be in the next era, although we are still having issues with chaos. The last great barbarian king has come to negotiate with Russia. He is the last of his kind and will not bend the knee. What should be done with him? Oh god. Spawn 2 barbarian warlords in each region for all nations. We've entered a new age. So quests have been revealed. Arts are available. I'm not thrilled by the idea of barbarian warlords everywhere for sure. Let's get a new technology down. We can see the Age of Heroes. Smelting, horses, construction, glory, oracle, spirituality. Let's go for Oracle. Oracle sounds fun. We are having some issues with government. Violent revolution, raise tribal army. But we can't... Yeah, so we need to revolt against the current government to form a new one. Okay, that's fine. How are we doing with this? Still a while before we can get kind of the legacy perk with that. You guys just have to pull back to here. We do seem to be having a little bit of issues here at the end. You guys just keep pushing forward. Thankfully, the demo will end soon, and then all my bad decision making won't have had any effect. Yeah, we're having some issues now with these barbarians. I possibly shouldn't have declared war on Japan. That might have been a mistake, to be honest. Some more tribal camps, another unexplored territory there. You guys come here. And I'll upgrade you to a crossbow, actually, that sounds fun. And this boat can just keep moving around to see what we find over in this part of the world. So, independence for Russia. The ongoing unrest in Russia is going out of control. The region will declare independence and cease to be part of Russia, unless you take immediate action. We do not have the wealth to pay for them. There's nothing to be done. St. Petersburg moves to be independent. Okay. We might need to retake St. Petersburg at a later stage. There's not much we can do at the moment. Oh, St. Petersburg, why did you have to leave me? We could have been so good together. We'll end the turn. And we've met another nation, Revolutionary Russia. This says that we are pleased to meet another nation, despite the fact they've just revolted from me. So, possibly not. Let's go in for a final fight here. Our hero should hopefully do some good work. And our crossbowman should of course do some good work as well. Okay, we're taking out that army, excellent. Although things are kind of starting to go a little bit wrong in Suzdal. We've only got 2 population left. Things are starting to get out of hand, to be honest. Oh, we've got a water fight. I feel like we're going to somewhat be losing that, to be honest. And it's a very, very slow engagement. Another revolutionary attack has appeared. Okay, we're going to rush the culture. We're going to go for another diplomatic game. So we could go for a truce, but why not? Let's use this. Let's get a bunch of stuff here. We're going to spawn a prospector. We're going to go for some volunteers. But I think this is probably the end of the demo. We'll spawn some volunteers here. Exploration will spawn a prospector here as well. And we're going to reinforce this army here. You guys are going to come push here and attack. This turn, hopefully, we will do some good work. No, it seems like they're going to win that, but that's fine. And as we reach 60 turns, that will likely be the end of the demo. No, it looks like we might get one more turn in. So let's keep fighting. There we go. And we'll just keep going with what we can. There's not much we can do now. We had some issues with revolutions as well. We managed to make peace with Japan, if only via diplomacy. But that there has been Millennia. That's been the demo. You've only scratched the surface of your epic journey. So yes, the link will be down in the description. And I like it. It's got some really nice touches. I like the more open kind of tech trees than Civ, with all the different diplomacies. And that works really well. I think maybe sometimes it's a bit choppy, the frames, but that might just be me, and I might have left it on too high of a setting for my computer, I'm not entirely sure. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.